dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Connor James. Today, several state health organizations are promising to help schools implement a new tobacco-free law. The initiative will provide tools to help schools create a tobacco-free environment. About 129 school districts in the state are currently tobacco-free. Hillary Thornton breaks down those details.
Well, before this became state law, there were already more than 70 school districts practicing tobacco-free policies. Now, several groups are coming together to help other districts throughout the state implement those policies.
It's something that we believe in very vigorously.
That is why Franklin County schools have been tobacco-free for nearly a decade, implementing the policies back in 2011 before the recent surge of e-cigarettes and other vaping products. New state law requiring that all districts go tobacco-free, including those in the ban.
It is not some harmless device, and we have to educate our kids effectively about that.
Poisons.
Ben Chandler, president of the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, announcing a new program to help schools with implementation of the new law, providing signs and other tools at no cost to the districts. These policies in effect at all times in all places, including under the Friday night lights.
It's a challenge. There's no question it's a challenge. I mean, you go to a football game and there's several thousand people there, and you have some law enforcement there, you have administrators there from the school, and you can't see every person every second that they're on property. But if you do see something, you have to just go respectfully and let the individual know about our policy and the fact that we're trying to set good examples for our children.
So far, about 130 districts are in compliance, the law calling for all schools to do so by the 2020-2021 school year. In Frankfort, Hillary Thornton, WYMT Mountain News.
The new law also prohibits tobacco use by school officials on field trips when students are present.
And those showers and storms continuing to push through the area. We'll see more of those as we head into tonight. But right now we're watching that first round moving through, starting to move into parts of Prestonsburg. Looking at our Stonecrest cam, some nasty storms starting to move in, and these storms producing very heavy rain. Actually just took out our Whitesburg camera down there. I was just watching that storm on the Whitesburg camera, but that has now went down. We'll check in on that a little bit later, but you could see satellite and radar, just very heavy rain has been falling really throughout the afternoon hours, and scanning the skies starting to die down just a little bit. You're seeing some heavy rain down into parts of Bell County, southern Bell County, along that border of Kentucky into Tennessee. But this area is the area obviously keeping an eye on. You can see heavy rain starting to move into parts of Jenkins, moving into Pike County soon. Some heavy rain in Floyd County, a little bit over into Knott County as well. Those temperatures all over the place. If you've seen rain or if you haven't seen rain, those lower 70s in places like Harlan, Jackson, 70s into Williamsburg and Pikeville as well. A lot of us still into those mid to upper 80s. Like I said, it just depends if you've seen that rain or not. Definitely feeling on the muggy side after that rain has moved through, but those rain chances really do continue tonight and into tomorrow. But we will be cooling off as that cold front moves through, and that weekend forecast is looking pretty good as well. I'll have those details coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Paige. Well, the FBI is calling it a massive international fraud and money laundering conspiracy. A 252-count federal grand jury indictment unsealed today charged 80 people from around the world, including 11 arrested in Southern California. Joy Benedict reports from Los Angeles.
We believe this is one of the largest cases of its kind in U.S. history.
The FBI says the scammers used online fraud schemes, including business email compromise, or BEC, and romance scams.
Today, we are taking a major step to disrupt these criminal networks.
According to the 145-page indictment, this accused ring of thieves set up fake companies, fake emails, and targeted individuals already doing legitimate business. Victims transferred $6 million, and the suspects attempted to steal $40 million more.
BEC scammers used hacked email accounts to convince businesses or individuals to make payments that were either completely bogus or that should have been otherwise paid to legitimate companies.
In the first 7 months of the year, the FBI received 14,000 complaints of online fraud where victims lost $1.1 billion. 7% of those victims We're right here in Los Angeles.
We are not going to arrest our way out of this problem.
So the FBI is urging anyone doing business online to make sure you are emailing with the right person before sending cash. And if you aren't sure, they say pick up the phone. Joy Benedict, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The wide-ranging fraud and money laundering scheme was born out of a well-known Nigerian prince email scam, and today's indictments come after a nearly 3-year FBI investigation. Well, on the heels of President Donald Trump's visit, a high-profile Democratic candidate for president will visit Louisville this weekend. Senator Bernie Sanders has a campaign rally planned for Sunday. It's at the plaza outside of the Muhammad Ali Center. It's the People versus Corporate Power rally. It starts at 4, doors open at 2, and tickets aren't required, but people are asked to RSVP. And Democratic candidate for Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman made a visit to Harlan County today. Coleman visited one of Harlan's oldest elementary schools this morning, learning more about their plans on the expansion to the building in the coming year.
Rural Kentucky schools, their infrastructure are very important to me because I've worked in some schools that certainly need some help, and I would say today in Wallens Elementary, this is certainly one of the top schools that could use some help to restructure the building.
After the tour of Wallens Elementary, Coleman stopped by and brought donuts to the miners who are currently still camped out on the train tracks. Well, good news for drivers across the country. Gas prices are down about 17 cents in the past month, and AAA expects prices to drop another 20 to 25 cents in the fall and winter. Low crude oil prices are the biggest reason why the national average right now is $2.60 a gallon. Now, the average price of gas here in Kentucky is about $2.37. We've mapped out what you can expect here in eastern Kentucky. You will notice east of I-75, gas is higher than the rest of the mountains. You will find the lowest average in the area of Bell County. That's where gas is about $2.24 a gallon. In Washington state, stockers at 3 different grocery stores got the surprise of a lifetime. Stores ended up receiving cocaine hidden in shipments of banana. Bricks of the drug were inside banana boxes. Authorities estimate the street value of the drug at more than $1 million. The drugs were shipped in normal boxes. Now it's still unclear where those shipments came from. There's a new bailiff in town. A U-Bike student has taken on the role of courtroom security officer in Letcher County. Alexis Stambo studies criminal justice and is graduating this December. She says she is proud to work as a female in law enforcement.
You're kind of proving a point, like this isn't only a man's job, females can do it too. And it shows little girls too, like, hey, not only men can be police officers, like you can be somebody's hero too.
Stambo grew up in Letcher County. She says one of her goals is to help combat drug use in her community. Well, coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the Federal Trade Commission recently announced a new crackdown on 3 robocall companies, hitting them with millions in fines.
And that cold front continues to push through, making Friday a little bit on the soggy side, but the weekend's looking pretty good. I'll have that forecast coming up in just a little bit.